I get carried away when I go out to these video game stores, especially when they have some of the craziest deals. So you guys want to stay tuned for that. But this is Cartridges Galore. They have so many different places, just so many different locations all across the different states, and they have some GameCube games, which is exactly what I scored to add into my collection. So this is crazy to see. I feel like I don't see a lot of 3DS bundles with their box, and this one of course is the Pikachu Yellow Edition. Definitely pretty neat to see, complete in the box here. Just a really crazy piece because they are like super expensive, and it's just so crazy because I could have gotten one of these back in the day and I didn't. So just always weird and crazy to see this stuff. So it's not very often that you see these big boxes anymore. I mean, I have them for the full set. I have the Genesis, the Sega CD, and of course the Super Nintendo as I'm going for the full set. But just so cool. Such a classic icon of a game. Lethal Enforcers, playing this back in the day in the arcades. Just seeing this really neat collector's box right here. Just so awesome. And then even having the additional box where it has the pink gun. Just really cool to see this stuff because you just don't see it everywhere. Now, as I'm going for the full set, there are quite a few games that I'm shocked that I still needed because I've played this game before. This is Mario Power Tennis, a fantastic game, so much fun that I absolutely love these games, especially when they have that like arcadey style feel. So this one just has a lot going on, and I feel like it's so much fun, especially when you play with your friends. Now, anytime that you have Wario and Waluigi, it's always a great time. So I feel like these sports games that are good, this would have to be one of them with that fast-paced arcade fun, these like wacky gimmicks, and just different spin on tennis. I feel like there really is just so much going on. It's so classic, so nostalgic, and it really does feel like a fun time. So this is one that I'm so glad that they had for such an amazing deal. I had to pick it up because it came in under price charting. So this is one that I'm super excited to add into the collection. So this is another one that I'm super excited to try out. We have PK Out of the Shadows. So this fantastic Disney game. I really feel like this one has like a lot going on. It has like this whole different style to it and definitely an interesting charm. So of course you have this action adventure, you know, running, jumping, shooting, new abilities that are unlocked as you go. This platformer, just so much fun. But it can be a little bit challenging with those camera angles, but we've seen it before with a lot of these games. So whether it's something that you could get used to or something that you can overlook, definitely thrilled to add another fun one into the collection. And it's always shocking because you really never know what you might find at these stores, as they had some really cool stuff. Some stuff that I had in the collection, and some stuff that I still needed. So this right here is really cool to see. This is completely sealed. This is the collectible tin starter kit. Very cool for the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. This comes with this cool game wallet, 2 remote gloves, 2 nunchuck gloves. So just really neat for like the controllers, and then you get this cool little collectible tin. I feel like I've seen quite a few around this time frame, whether it be like for the DS, for the Wii, just something like that, but there's a lot and there's so many to collect for. So this is really cool. This is a part of a collector's edition for the Nintendo Switch. So Harvest Moon. And then this right here is this cool magnetic musical diorama set. So I thought that this was really cool. It's not that expensive at all, but if you like open this up, I would assume that this probably like turns, or like the characters are just like magnetic like on here. This kind of reminds me of a few other collector's editions that I have. But this is so cool, just because I probably would not have bought the collector's edition, but now I have like this cool little weird trinket type thing in the collection. Very cool to add to the Nintendo Switch collection. So this right here, I felt like this was pretty cheap enough, as I'm not going for this whole collector's edition here. We have Harvest Moon One World. So this is the magnetic musical diorama set. Definitely really cool to see this, and so awesome to find it for such a great deal. And I feel like that happens a lot of times when I go to Cartridges Galore. They always have something unique, something crazy, something out there. Whether it's collector's edition statues, just different pieces. Whether they have those rare video games, those store displays, those standees, just so much at these places, and I always seem to find something crazy. So definitely always excited to jump in and see what else I can find at these locations. But this game, this is definitely a staple from my childhood. I love this game on the Nintendo GameCube. I actually got this game bundled, with my system. I think this is one of like the titles that I picked up with it. This is Medal of Honor Frontline. Just one that I absolutely remember this. Now back in the day, I remember it, being a little bit different than what I kind of, see it as today. But this was definitely something that, I have vivid memories of this. Just making a difference in war as you're going around. You're just going through these different World War II battles. It's rather impressive, the visuals in this. I remember this sounding great in this game, but I remember taking turns going through this, playing with my friends, and just seeing like how far we could make it, going through these different areas. And I just remember this being a cheaper game that I scored, along with like Mario Kart Double Dash and other, iconic titles like that when I first had my GameCube. So this is one that I'm completely shocked on. So this is Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game of the movie. Now we all remember a time where they literally had just so many of these movies just turning into video games. But this is one that I'm completely shocked, and I want to go back and play because I feel like this is one that I definitely missed out on. This has so much impressive stuff in this game. This is so crazy with the creatures that they have. Just a really fun one, but it has these unique environments. These like crazy landmarks in this game. It says play as man, play as Kong, and you just embark on this epic adventure. So this right here is actually really cool. It says break jaws, slam enemies, and throw massive objects in Kong's third-person battles. Use weapons, traps, and your team wisely to survive in first person as Jack. So I feel like this is one that maybe a lot of people just disregard, but this has a lot more to it, so I really cannot wait to dive into this game. So I love seeing guidebooks, and this is so cool because they have such a variety, like Dead to Rights. This is a really neat one to see, as I never see it. We have LA Noire, a fantastic game. This is one that I highly recommend to play. And then some of these like throwbacks, like Little Big Planet Carding. They have a few other books as well, and then even Dark Sector. This is also another great one to add into the collection. So I just saw these the other day at the thrift store, but they looked pretty beat up. So this is a really cool Nintendo 64 fight stick, and it's just neat seeing these in really great shape. This one looks very clean because at my thrift store, they don't like test out all this stuff, so it was just a gamble, and they wanted about the same as the price. So that is just so crazy to me. But these are just so awesome for all those lovely fighting games on the Nintendo 64. So while I was here, they were doing a sale. Not only do you accumulate points as you're, buying more and more stuff, but they have their rack games. So some of the less expensive games, they have buy so many, get so many. They also have a deal where anything under $8 is marked down to just $1. And these are the times where you really take advantage of that, because you never know if you're going to find something as a filler title or something of like a little hidden gem that you didn't even know existed. So I definitely went through. You'll have to stay tuned because I got tons of Nintendo Wii, PS2, Xbox 360, original Xbox, just any of the games that they had. I went through and I tried to get the ones that I didn't have in the collection yet, and I'm really pumped to kind of explore a little bit more and see which ones are a lot of fun or which ones, you know, I was just taking a gamble on for $1. So this is one that I needed in the collection. Going for the set, we have Cabela's Big Game Hunter 2005 Adventures. Hunt 36 big game animals. Now I remember these back in the day. My brother had a lot of these games, so I'm not sure specifically which one I played versus which one he played, but this is definitely crazy because a lot of people really enjoyed these games. They made like so many of them across all of the different systems, but I just remember just so much going on with the different, you know, vehicles and everything else, just all kinds of different gear and stuff. So you can get a free Cabela's catalog if you called this number back then. So this was a one way to like promote, just really great with the hunting games, you know, if you're into that kind of thing. And I feel like they just had so much when it comes to this. So this is one that I had to score and it was super cheap. So I'm definitely excited because I'm working my way on my list of all of these GameCube games. And that was definitely awesome to find all of these great games, especially this Mario Tennis. So right here, so cool, adding these games into the set, just adding more for the GameCube, as it seems like for a while I couldn't even find great games. I couldn't find them complete, I couldn't find them under price charting. So this is really great to score these, add these into the collection, and always check out my local video game stores because you never know what you might find, you never know what deals they might have, and just adding cool things into the collection. So I want to know, what was your favorite game in the bunch? And of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out all of my other videos and stay tuned for more.